20 years ago, I was in the United States of America covering presidential elections. I was 29 years old. I'd been seconded to Voice of America in Washington, D.C. by Radio Citizen. I was working for Radio Citizen at that time, and America for me was my first country when it comes to living and working abroad. At that time, we didn't have cell phones. There were very few people on a cell phone. So we required landlines to communicate, to be called or to call back home. But occasionally I would be at the VOA studios, as you can see in the picture there, filing stories or doing my recordings. I came back to Kenya in January 2001. At that time, people are beginning to acquire cell phones. I acquired mine in March 2001. My first line was a Safaricom line. That became a very important tool for me as a journalist, being called, voice call and filing stories. But let me fast forward. In the year 2004, I was in Liverpool City at the University of Liverpool, where I was undertaking my master's degree in politics and the mass media. The cell phone, a very important tool in keeping in touch with my family back home. I'll keep fast forwarding.
Jimbo la Florida linajulikana kwa mchaka wa kisiasa.
Again, in the year 2008, I was in the United States of America covering a very historic presidential election, the election that saw Barack Obama, the son of Kenya, become the 44th president of the United States of America. Mobile telephony, again, very important. At that time, roaming services had taken root, and I was roaming using my Safaricom line. The Hague, if you remember the Kenyan cases at the International Criminal Court in The Hague, I was in the mix of things. I could be reached, I was roaming, I could file stories using my cell phone. Let me summarize with what people know me for: daring abroad. And ideally, I started daring abroad when I landed in the US 20 years ago to cover the presidential elections. But in the last 6 years, it's been amazing that I've been able to traverse to almost every corner of the world. And mobile telephony has been a key component of being able to communicate and reach my contacts and being able to file stories. Apart from that also, just being able to transact and do business and pay bills using M-Pesa. Just at the click of the button, you're able to reach people and send money. And you know what? On this phone, I have over 13,000 contacts. How do I reach those contacts? Mobile telephony. And that's my 20 years of daring abroad.